Hey, welcome to Life Transitions. I'm your host, Tony Brown. Hey, I want to tell a little story and I want to talk to you about my brand new segment called Gray Hair Chronicles. That's right, Gray Hair Chronicles. Hey, look, check it out. I just want to tell you my little story or two. One of my stories was when I went to pick up my son from basketball one day, and he was carrying his basketball. So I took the ball from him playfully. I did my little crossover dribbling and whatnot, just trying to show him what Pops could do. But you know what? One of his little friends looked at me and said, "Yo, Anthony, yo, is that your granddaddy?" And I was like, "Yo, really? Who you talking to?" But I was doing it in my head, and I was highly offended. But you know what? I had to look at the young kid. First of all, I had to digress. I had to look at the young kid and say, you know what? He don't know no better. He see a head full of gray hair. At the time, that's what I had, and he just associated the gray hair with being a grandfather. Okay, so what? Cool. Took my son home, went home, and I thought about going to the drugstore to buy some gray hair for men, some hair dye, if you will, or whatever. Thought about it briefly. A couple months down the road, I'm going to a little party. You know, my favorite jam comes on. I'm looking ever so cool. Just have my hair shaped up from six corners. Have my sports jacket on. Hey, what can I tell you? My favorite record come on, and you know when your favorite record comes on, and if you're one of those boys that like to get down, you know, and you see somebody who's moving to the same beat, a female, of course, and I went to grab her hand, and all of a sudden she looked at me. She smiled. I thought I was going to have this dance. And all of a sudden, she introduced me to her mother, and I said, "Oh shit!" I said, "Damn!" I said, "Damn." Do I look that old? And I said to myself, now I danced with her, and I did a one dance thing, and I just left. And after the party, I looked at myself. I said, "Man, I'm gonna dye this hair, man. You know, I don't know how long I could take this, but you know what? It wasn't that devastating for me to change the color of my hair, because I did recognize one thing: God allowed me to have gray hair, the crown of glory. That's right. He allowed me to have the gray hair. So you know what? I refuse to participate in dyeing my hair. So that's two of my little stories when it comes to Gray Hair Chronicles. So you know what? I hope you can join me and share your stories, your testimonies about how you transferred, or should I say, transitioned from dark hair to gray hair. So join me in the conversation. Email me at lifetransitions@tb23media.com. Or you can give me a call and leave a message at 888-835-1512. So join me in the conversation and let's have some fun. Peace.